Hello gorgeous human beings! So today I wanted to share with you how I plan my week. Especially with everything going on, it is increasingly important to make sure that you have a routine, that you're doing something so you're not getting lethargic at home and running behind with work and just feeling a bit run down, because especially in cases like this where we're stuck at home and we can't really go and do anything, we need to stay extra productive and give our minds and our bodies some stimulation basically. So as it's Monday, I am planning my week, making sure that I'm getting everything that I want to do done, and I thought I would show you how I do that. So first things first, I like the website Calendarpedia, and I can link that below, and I will print off a week's sheet. Sometimes I do this, like I type it up and then I print it off, but I decided that this time I'm going to handwrite it because sometimes I just like handwritten things, you know? So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to fill in each day. First thing I'm going to fill in is what I have to do, so that'll be like I'll write in when I have classes. So I have classes every day in the week, so I will put in when I would normally have that class, so 9 AM on a Monday, 9 AM on a Tuesday, that sort of thing, and I'll put in all of my classes first. I also work from home as part of my job, so I'll put in my work hours in there too, and they'll be the first things that I put into the calendar. The next thing is to put in my leisure activities. It's so important that we look after ourselves as well. So I like to do yoga, I like to bake, I like to read, I've just started cross stitching, so I will then put in all of those fun activities that I really enjoy, and yeah, so that's my next step. Then I will plan what assignment work I need to do. So this week is dedicated to my sexual health coursework, so for that I need to do a academic review. So I will put in when I'm going to write what into each day. I usually separate my assignment work by only doing 250 words a day. Now that doesn't sound like much to most people, but it just gives me the opportunity to sit and write 250 words, and I can go and do other things. I can read articles, I can do my more leisurely things, do my classes, and I'm not burning myself out. So if I want to get as much of my sexual health coursework written as I can, so I am planning on writing a roughly 250 words every day. So yeah, and that will help me to have a nice time together. So saying all that, always by any means, but sometimes I might put things into a daily planner. So it's just like having that written down, and usually I'll pop this on the fridge or up in my room somewhere that I'm going to look. Sometimes it's nice to just break things down into a daily planner, into what I need to do. So sometimes I will make this more of a week planner and chuck everything that I've got to do in a week into it with some notes and things. It all looks very scary, I promise you it's not. But what I might do is then break down each day a little bit more. So instead of just having, I'm going to write 2,500 words of my coursework, I might say I'm going to write 2,500 words on this particular aspect of my coursework, and kind of pick things out a little bit more. If I'm going to do an assignment reading, what am I going to read? If I'm going to get a plan together, what part of the plan am I going to do? And that then just kind of makes it a lot more precise. As I say, I don't always do this, and it's not always necessary, but if you're like really panicking that you're not going to get enough done, if you don't have the time, it's a good way of just showing yourself that actually you are going to be able to do that and you are going to get it in on time. So that's something that I might do, and I've got this lovely planner from Urban Outfitters, So yeah, that would then be my next step. And sometimes I actually do these on the days. So I'm not going to do this all now. I would do it, so I'd wake up tomorrow and be like, okay, so what part of my assignment reading do I want to get done today? What do I want to write today? And sometimes it's easier to do it on a day-to-day basis, just because who knows, I might be on a roll and write more than I'd planned to, so that the next day I can actually focus on something else rather than stopping when I'm on a roll. Does that make sense? I feel like it does. But anyway, so that'll be my next step. And there, I'm nice and organised. I now know what I want to do. And I think the hardest part of it is sticking to it. So it's really, 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 really important that you stick to your plan, because otherwise you're going to burn out. You'll do nothing for a day and then you'll get really paranoid, try and refill it on the next day, and it will just get really wonky. So I had this last week where I did barely anything on the Monday, so the Tuesday was literally dedicated to purely work, and I had no time for my leisure activities, and it was horrible, really horrible, in order to catch up, so then on the Wednesday I could have a nice balance again. So make sure you try and stick to it as much as you can. If you've realised that you've written too much in on one day, then it's absolutely fine to kind of spread it out a bit more and realise actually maybe that's not a necessity that I have to do today or this week. Maybe I could do that bit of work next week. So you have to be kind with yourself. Don't overdo it, don't overpack it. And that's why I have my 250 word rule. I'll write 250 words and that's enough. And yeah, so there you are, they're my top tips. I have actually, cheeky plug, written a blog for the university website on tips for studying at home. So have a little look at that, and I've got loads of tips. And I'll see you next time. Enjoy, stay safe, and wash your hands.